Clark's place. Today I'm going to start, I guess, my next steps towards building the 440 6-pack motor. And got in the mail today Isky Cam from a friend I've met with my nephew racing using these cams, Nick Taylor, and Nolan is the one that has helped me get this cam. So I'm going to put it in the 440. I think it's probably a little a mild racing cam. I don't think it's real, crazy or anything. Sent a bunch of stickers and stuff to put on all of our toolboxes, and then also the hydraulic lifters. They look really nice. So what I'm going to do is, I haven't even opened this up yet, but I'm going to get the motor over here, get a lot of the parts that I need to put on it next, which I don't have the heads on it or anything. I think I've already done a video where I put the crank in and the main bearings. So this is the next step from that. I wanted to put the Isky Cam in there for sure, just because I know Nick's been really happy with them. So anyway, that'll be the next. I'll probably do a time lapse on that as soon as I get everything set up with all my parts, and go from there. So that'll be the next video, is building the 440 6-pack motor to go in the Daytona Tribute. So, oh, also got the hat from him too. It's just starting here, another day on the engine with the new Isky Cam to put in and the lifters. Start building all the stuff on the motor, and notice that took the wrapping off and started looking over the motor, which everything looks pretty good. I've got a video of reaming out all the holes, but I noticed we've got a little bit of surface corrosion on the cylinder walls, and this side does not, because I took this, I guess, honing device, if that's what you want to call it. It's got little stones on the end of it, and you place it inside the cylinders walls, or inside the cylinders. There we go. And then you just run your drill. Whoops. Had to use two hands on it, but you can run that all the way down and just keep running it until you get the desired shine. But yeah, that works very well. And I must not have put enough oil in it, but I'll oil it all down this time. But want to do that, and of course clean up everything and put oil on it and get all these bearings. I'm gonna wipe all the bearings, and of course the cam bearings are already pushed in, but wipe all those down real good, and then put some, I've got some, this fastener assembly, and then we've been using the Ultra Slick assembly lube, and I'll put some on. I figure I'll wipe it on every one of the bearing for the camshaft, and then slip the camshaft in and start with the front and start building this motor. So looking forward to it. Got a lot to do. Got all the pistons to put in. We'll probably do a lot of time lapse on this. What I did is I ended up using the Eagle rods, and they're really nice. Forged their H-beam rods, and then the I think it's Kieth black pistons, which are super nice. So all those are ready. All I gotta do is put them in. I've already gotten all the wrist pins and the locks. They're the spiral locks for locking in the I guess that's the wrist pin down in there. But anyway, I'll get on time lapse and start doing some more work. Okay, we have the new cam in. It spins very freely, very tight. Got every one of them lubed as I went through each one of them. It's just a little difficult to turn because it's very thick. That assembly lube is pretty thick stuff, but see, it spins nicely. So that's in. Cylinder walls, there's still a little bit of dirt. It's like a little gumminess on there. I think it when I tried to clean it with the reamer and the drill, it left a deposit till I cleaned them off. Then it did a lot better job. But these all look real good. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in them, or at least try to get some oil on them. And heck, I'm probably getting ready here to put the pistons in next. But I have all the lifters to put in. I could oil those up, put those in, and then I'll wait to put the lifters in until I get all the pistons in, because I'll probably have to flip it over, because I'll have to torque them all down with it upside down. Video, yeah, you can see there's the little dark stuff down in there too. I think it's just a, yeah, I can barely feel it. It's like a little gumminess. I'm sure I wouldn't have to worry about it. As soon as that thing fires up, all that'll probably go away. Yeah, it's just about gone. But I'll make sure they're all nice and clean before I put the pistons down in. So none of this lube is going to hurt the motor at all. So that'll be it for this segment. Hopefully next one will be even more. I'll get Chris out here because I want to have him help me put the pistons and stuff in. So until then, bye-bye. Hey, welcome back. Today I'm going to try to put pistons in the 440 motor. I've gone along and 1, 3, 5, and 7 I marked these. I don't mark the other side, just so if I have to stop, somebody's helping me, they won't get confused. Anyway, I have my pistons ready. Here's the whole box of Kieth black pistons with the Eagle H-beam rods that go on them. They look really nice. And what I've done is I took one end, did not have the locking rings in, so I just got done, here they are, I just got done putting these in, or just the first one. All the rest of them that are in the box have one side in. They did not have this other side. I think I've got a video on putting those in, so I won't go into that. I went ahead and put it in this one, so this one's locked in. I took the I guess the saddle, or whatever they call that, the bottom part of the rod and where the bearings go, and just to double check, I have taken, I think they use, ARP bolts, but you've got to I had to look for a while and find the right socket that fits these. It's not your everyday socket that these go in. So just remember that regular sockets don't fit on that, but that's fine. And I've got all my assembly lube for all this. What I'm going to do is make sure by, like I say, there's a little notch and a notch here that will go in. What I want to do is make sure that these fit right. I'm not going to lock them in now. Yeah, that looks great. And then this side as well. Just just of course, that's what I need. Is it on the floor? So it didn't look like it hurt anything. The bearings have to be the right ones, and these look like they're gonna fit just fine. So I'm just sanity check that I've got all the right bearings here, which it looks like I do. These look like they're going on there, and they're gonna be fine. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. Yeah, that'll tap in. And I had to tap this apart with a rubber hammer, so you might want to remember that you don't want to beat on this with a regular hammer. Anyway, this is hard. I'm going to put it in the tripod and put it together a little bit just to make sure. Then we'll take these out because I'm not going to install them, of course, with the bottom part of the saddle in, so it'll fit down in. And then all this will be cleaned, and I'll use my assembly lube, or what you call the ultra slick engine assembly lube, and each one. So what it is these have a beefed up side to them. I don't know if you can see this in the camera. This left side is thicker than the right side. This little part right here, shoulder, this shoulder's heavier. And when this goes down in the block, that heavier shoulder rides up against like the left side, and the one on the other side, it'll be on its left side. So the thrust or the wear part will be against the outside of each one of those journals, which something I guess wasn't aware of. And it's easy to keep track, at least on these Eagle rods, the thick side. I guess you could mount this way, but well, maybe not. Probably the it won't line up right because these are kind of offset. But there's writing on this one, stamp numbers, and these stamp numbers will match it. So easy guide. And this is what I'll put down in there right now, and I will take these out and of course wipe them all down again with some cleaner, and same with these surfaces as well, and then lube them all up. So that's what I'll do next. See if I can pop this first one in. And also, when you're popping them in, you want to tap on the top with something soft, rubber. I probably won't hit it with the big part, but I think I usually use the back of a hammer or something that's soft. You don't want to scratch up or dent or even break your top of your piston. So one thing I forgot to mention, which is to me very important, when you're installing a piston and you're banging it, you know, you've got it set up here, you bang it down into the cylinder, you always want to have your journal on your crank, you can see it there, rotated the furthest away. That way you don't have this coming down and gouging into the journal. It's furthest away. Then once you get it in just flat, then you can rotate it around, hook up your, all your bearings, and tighten it up. So just a thing to remember, because as you can see, every one of them you'd have to move it, and I know it'll get harder and harder for the last one because you're moving all the pistons. But you don't want to damage, put a dent or a scratch in your journal. So just remember that. Okay, as the time lapse just showed, had this on here, got down to the last ring on the top of the piston was starting to come out. It was not. I was hitting on it, pounding on it. It wouldn't clear it, so I had to release this because it was coming out. So I released it and then wiggled it around over the top of the ring that I could see, and then I pulled that in, boom, popped it the rest of the way down. So if one of them pops out because you were the wrong angle or whatever happened, because sometimes, probably should go this way, but you can buy better ring that fit clear down inside, and boom, one couple good whacks and they're down in there. But for some reason these pistons are so big. This is thin enough, but I guess maybe it's an older model. I couldn't get it, you know, seated down past just on the top. So that last one I had to release it, get it around that ring that's trying to come out over the edge of this lip, squeeze it down, popped it back down in there. So it went down in there fine. I kept my hand on the bottom, so you can probably hear it. That is, you know, the rod. I'm keeping it kind of in the center so it doesn't hang up on anything. It's best to do this with two people, obviously, and I think sometimes having it up on its side so someone can stand and guide the rod down to make sure it doesn't hit anything. Of course, keep the crank rotated away so it doesn't damage, because if you go down too far on this, of course it's going to go all the way down and catch the journal. But now I can crank this around and marry it up, which I will do and show on time lapse here in a minute. So just a couple things that I know we have a problem with. This thing works better than most any of them. I know there's better ones out there on the market. We've had this one a long time, so we just haven't got another one. So hopefully that shows how that goes in. And when you look at, this is the paperwork that came with the KB pistons, and you know, it talks about your springs that go in. Well, they're actually lock rings, but they're spring rings. And here's all the different motors, which this is the Chrysler, of course, 440. And when you look at that front, this is front, and it has the valve cutouts right here and the quench area or the cool area. And this is 0.060. These are out probably about as the maximum that I can take these bored out is 60 over. I'm not sure on a 440 how far you can go, but that's what they had to do to make sure they've cleaned everything up. So anyway, that's pistons. Hopefully I'll try to time lapse the rest of them, and then we'll go to torquing them all down, putting in my lifters, and the rest of the build on the motor. Okay, run into a little problem here. which I don't know what is wrong. But if you look at this, piston, and if I move it, look at the gap. Wrong size. Something bearing, or because there's talk about slapping. Now look at the gap down there, man. That's an 1/8 or 1/4 inch as far as the bearings not being right. So I don't know what's wrong. I guess we'll see. I'll have to check. Either these are not cut right, or too small, or I don't have thick enough bearings. So I thought these were 10 over. I thought that's what the bearings I got. Maybe these are a lot more than that. I don't know. So till I find out, goodbye for now. Hey, welcome, Clark's Place. Today I'm going to take out the cam I put in my motor, not the cam, I'm sorry, the crankshaft, and put a crankshaft that I got that is correct. What I did, this is my motor, which I think I did a little bit of video putting a lot of this stuff in, reaming out some of the holes, things like that, which probably just watched that. But this crankshaft, which I mean, it's in, it's great, but the piston down here, I put one in, put it around, and it was like this, back and forth. It was too big for what this is. This one was reduced way too much. So I think this was probably 40, 60 over, something like that. So I did get another crank that is the correct size. I think it's 10 or 10 over. I think that's what it is. This was a standard crank, which taken out of another 440. The main bearings are 10 over, and the pistons journals were 10 over. Where these were quite a bit. The mains were fine, but for the pistons, they were turned way farther than I wanted. This could have been, and some of you that know a lot about 440s and 383s, maybe the 383s are smaller shafts here for the pistons, so maybe that's what I ended up buying. I think I bought this at a swap meet, and it was already had been through a machine shop, but I took it in and all they did was clean everything up. So apparently they were not 10 over. Only the main journals were 10 over. So I got to pull this out, which I've already loosened all these, so I can get busy doing that. I'll put it on time lapse. Pull this out, and I'm going to drop this one down in there. I'll have to use some assembly lube for the bearings, and we'll go from there. I already know that the pistons fit on the new one just fine because they're 10 over. That's all the bearings I bought, which they're all in here. So bearings that I have for it, they're all 10 over. Yes, I could buy more bearings, but I don't know that you could actually put like 60 over bearings on the pistons. And they're all right here. They're the Eagle rods, and the pistons are the Kieth Black. So I want to do it right, so I thought I better get me another crankshaft that is not turned down so small and go from there. So I will get this on time lapse and get her going. Bye bye. Okay, I got the new crank in and main bearings. I don't have these torqued whatsoever, but just showing that the first piston I put in, I found out that these journals were too small, had been turned too much, is now corrected because we don't have any slop at all. They're 10 over. The bearings I have are 10 over. So the first one that I have in, and these aren't torqued either, is going up and down just fine. I'll start with the next one. I've got all my pistons ready to drop in, blocks ready. So I'll keep going on this and filming the torque and all that in the next video. But at least I got the crank in. I'll get these torqued down to the spec, which I'm not sure what it is, so I'll be back with that as I torque them. Get the torque wrench out here and start with these as well, which these are kind of unique because they take a kind of a, I don't know, I guess that's 12 point, which is nice. You can really torque them down. That's the Eagle rods, and then I've got the Kieth black pistons, rings, and like I say, I've got all those over there ready to go. And I'll get this built up and flip over, start on heads, and get this motor assembled. So till next time, bye bye. Hey, welcome to Clark's place. Today I'm going to torque down my crank that's been put in. I had to change it because the journals were wrong for the pistons. They were actually turned more than what they were marked. So I had to get another crank and have everything 10 over. It had never been ground or anything. So we got that correct. I tried a piston and they do fit really good. So that piston is just in there for just to make sure that there wasn't any play in it and that it actually is 10 over. So now I'm going to torque these down. None of these have been torqued. They've just been snugged up. So I'll get these torqued. There's a sequence to it, of course. You gradually work up to 85 or 100 pounds. I do have the book here, which we've gone by, How to Rebuild Your Big Block Mopar, which seems like it's been very good as far as instructions, walking you through everything that you need to do. So I am going to put this on time lapse and get this done, and then we'll see what the next step will be towards building my 440 motor. So that's the plan. Okay, I got the motor spun around. Could say this one was already in. I don't have it torqued down though. But the next piston, which I already labeled number 2, I just put the capture ring. I'm not sure that's what it's called. Spiral. It doesn't really say. But these are rings that you stretch out. I'll stretch one of them out here. I think we've done this in another video, probably when I started doing the pistons and putting the rods in it. Okay, there I've kind of stretched it out. It looks like a spring, and what you do is you set it down in here and you work it around till it snaps in. So it's like a snap ring. I think they say they're better than the squeeze type C-rings that you squeeze down and they go in. These, it's like they can't come out. My ring compressor is just a band of the small sheet metal. You use a little 1/4 inch drive. This goes in with the small quench to the top, and the thrust side, which is thicker, is on the outside. It's down in there. The thrust side will be to the right. So I've not greased, but I used assembly lube on all the cylinder walls so they will not get gouged or scratched. So these are very, very tight fitting, which that's what you want. And these Kieth, I guess Kieth black. Okay, that's in there. Then you take a mallet, which I have the mallet here, and usually you give it a good swift tap and it's in. So you get it down in there before the rings can spread out. So I need both hands for this, and just to make sure, give this another. Nope, can't tighten anymore. So I will see how this does. Put this on the stand here, the tripod. So we'll see. See if we can get this thing down in there. You have to make sure the crank, that it won't come down and of course hit the, and I think I've got that backed off enough. So hopefully we'll get it the first try. There it is. And then you have to push, release, make it big again to go around the next one with all the rings so loose. So this is in. I'm going to spin it over now and put the cap on. Not the cap, I guess, just the bearing inside. Take a new bearing. And what we do is we use assembly lube, and I usually put it on both sides. And of course what this does is make it a lot easier for it to break in. And let's see, I got to get this up there. Well, I'll have to set that there and push on this. Pistons don't like to go up and down, that's for sure. So there we go. And I can crank this around where it will meet it. And that's what I'm going to have to do as soon as there we go, get it up there a little bit further. Backed. Good to use a mallet here. Now I can tip it, and there's a notch, and there's a notch on the end of these. Just to be safe, I always have put assembly lube in here, even though I'd already did the bearing. I am touching it. So I'll put the first bearing in, and then my mallet again. But you can tap that up. Then once it kind of gets around, there we go. Next one, which needs a little bit on the cap here. Then we'll put some on the outside and on the inside. I know it's messy, but I need to start out with clean hands. This has a notch as well, with a notch. So you put those in there. And thrust side, I believe it's notch to notch. Actually, they end up on opposite sides. And it's always good to have a towel around. And these are, I believe, ARP bolts. So they 12 point, I believe, which they are really nice. All I'm doing is snugging this up to where they come together tight. There it is. And there. And you can always test, make sure that it will go up and down, which it does. Hopefully there won't be any issues with that. And since I'm going to start on the next one, what I like to do is put the journal as far away from the pistons coming down through as you can, because if you get overzealous and tapping that down, you could drive it down, and you wouldn't want it to slide all the way down and tap if this is up too far. Since that's just a bare end, it could gouge this journal, which you don't want that. So that's another thing that you can do as well, is put a little assembly lube on it, just to be overprotective. Start with this next one. I don't think you can put too much assembly lube. I mean, it gets messy, but that's part of putting the motor together. So next one, what I would do, or what I'm doing, taking it back around, it would be very nice if you had a little electric one. But I put a pin in there so it doesn't come undone. Okay, so we have number 1 and number 2. Now we'll go to number 3. And I think I've got all my pistons sitting here. Here's number 3. Like I said, the ends of the wrist pins, you can see that will slide all the way out. Here it won't. It already has one of the lock spiral rings in. So I'll do the spiral ring next, which I know we've, like I say, I think we showed putting this side in already. So I will stop that, and maybe I'll go ahead and get all the rings put in so I don't have to keep doing that. It takes a lot of time. So I'll do that and then start popping pistons in. Okay, this is now done. All the pistons are in, all the rod bearings, it's all been torqued. I'm going to double check. I think it needs to be a little more because these are, I think, the special. I got to look up the Keith Brown. I think that's right here, and I'll have to check that on the KB pistons and see what it says to torque connecting rods. The book has 45 pounds. Connecting rod bolts 45 pounds. 55 at the ARP using the torque lobe, whatever. So I'm going to double check that, and I'll retorque those if I have to. But these are all in. I still have to put the end cap seal on it, which I think I have it right here, and it's a special aluminum billet one that I got from 440 source billet. So I got that, and then I got all the little seals that go around it, and I believe that go around maybe not there, but I know that the seals that go around that for the main bearing, or for the main seal. It works great. It has everything moves very nice. So I think that it's going to be real. It's not taking much pressure to do that. It says it's got over 45 pounds. You've got a problem. So I'll be back with more as soon as I see what my next step's going to be. So till then, bye bye. Hey, more here on the motor. I've just got the rear main seal put in. This block, this is from 440 source, and it comes with the new I didn't have a chance to show before I put it in there, and then the two seals that go around the crank, and there's one on the bottom that you just push in and it kind of curves around into the bottom, and then the top goes in the top of this because it's arched. Put that down, but then there's two of these special gaskets that are wedged down the side, and it took me about 4 tries. That's why I wasn't able to film it. You got to have both hands. You've really got to lube it up to push down, push down, push down, because it wants to this will just keep working its way up, and it's still just a teeny bit up on this one, but not on that one. And then these ARP bolts, they are countersunk, and it took me, I mean, they're 12 point, which took me a while to find. I think we had one socket 12 point, but it's only a 3/8 drive, so I had to convert it over to the 1/2 inch for the torque wrench, and I got it set to 30 pounds. So this should be, but see, that is just so tight to get it to go over the bolt. So this should be fine. Get this, at least that one, down a little way. You can see it went down quite a bit. Yeah, I could only go so far with a regular socket. So £30. That one's getting pretty tight. I take these down in increments. Okay, now it looks like it's gonna pop my 30 pounds here. There we go. And this one. Okay, so she's torqued, and it looks like it's pretty nice, pretty well flush across there, because these are the oil pan bolts, and they're machined out of this new block. So, and I think it's a, oh, I can't remember, billet aluminum, I believe. So it adds a little, or it takes away a little of the weight to the motor. So, and then of course I got the Eagle rods and the ARP bolts on the end, the crank, all new bearings. And I tried it just a second ago. It seems to spin really easy. So all looks really good. Everything's still lubed up good. My cam is in there. I think that's the next thing I've got to do is get my timing gear stuff on there, and then we'll be getting the pan on the front before I can do finish this bridge across here and do my windage tray or oil tray. Not sure what it's called. Windage tray I think is in the top, but the two-piece, you go engine, gasket, tray, gasket, and oil pan. So, and then I of course got to put in the oil pickup tube, which that comes out of right down here. But still got my fuel pump to put on. I got this plugged off to keep stuff out of it, but this is where the rod goes and rides off the cam and pushes up, and inside there it'll push on the fuel pump. Since I'm doing the 6-pack, it's not fuel injected, so I will need that instead of putting a plate on there and going with a high pressure electric fuel pump. I'm going to use the mechanical. Try to keep it as original looking as I can. And even my block date here says 9/24/68. So this could have been in a 69 car for sure, which I'm sure it probably was. Anyway, I'll do some more assembling here, probably put it on time lapse. Okay, today working on the 440 for the Daytona Tribute, and what we've got is we put the timing cover on, put the harmonic balancer and the gears and everything. Not sure about this ARP. That's in as far as it goes. I don't think the pulleys that go on the front are this deep, but we'll see. If not, I'll get the standard bolt to go in it. Anyway, this pickup, we went through all the book measurements, which this is the how to build a big block. It's got how to install using the oil pan, guiding the distance so the pickup doesn't bottom out or is too far away from the bottom. So we found out that, and it says you can heat, we had to heat it 2 different places, as you can see, to get the right bend. You put the windage tray in here. Of course, there's a gasket under this, then another gasket, then the oil pan. Well, you can see we had to notch this because in order for the oil pan to be on there and have the 1/4 to 3/8 clearance, first we had to go up with it because the oil pan was like here.
And it was hitting this way too much.
And this hitting this way. So we had to come up with this section, and then this was tilted which way? That way?
I think it was tilted too far this way.
So then we had to come back with it. So
he didn't bend this back.
And you can see the little bump here on the back. That's where we compressed it, I guess. But I had a little refrigeration unit. It's barely had any acetylene in it and oxygen, but it did the job. It was just enough that it would get it a little bit red hot, and we could bend it.
And we still had to notch out.
And we still had to notch that out for the clearance, which, I don't think you normally have to do that, but we had 2 of these. This was one that came with the oil pan, and I had bought this one. It's from Hamburgers. I don't know quality-wise. We kind of laid them up next to each other. They look like identical bends. So even if I took it out, we would have to bend this one all up too. So we've done all of our measuring. with a set of a caliper, and we got flat edge, space, and down into the oil pan, and we have probably about 3/8, maybe a little less, so we're right in there where we should be. So next we're going to, and I'll put it on time lapse, we're going to put the silicone sealer first, gasket, windage tray, another gasket, and then the oil pan. So that'll be next. Then I guess we'll move on, maybe water pump, fuel pump. Already got the oil pump, and already got the gears down in there for the distributor. So that's where we are today. Okay, getting ready to do the water pump, fuel pump. Yeah, they're in there.
Oh, okay.
What do they do? Give me 2 of them?
Yeah, it looks like it. In case you mess one up.
I guess that's because they know this is Clark's place, and they know we're going to screw it up and have to pull it back off, so gave us another one. Seems like that's how it goes. We are doing the mechanical, and oh, it's my wife pulling up. So we will pick this up in a second.
Resume in a minute.
Yeah.
Just cut off. Cut.
GoPro, stop recording. Okay, we just shoved the pin in, and as you can see, it's way up in there. I mean, it was probably that long, about 4 or 5 inches, and it kind of gets caught, and then you got to kind of tap it in because the
fuel pump, I got it.
Oh, the fuel pump has to, that arm pushes against that, and when it rides on the cam, it pushes a rod. So a lot of versions, this rides on a cam back and forth, but this one has a rod that pushes on it. So that's how that works. So I guess we need to get some yeah, that goes there, and then you gotta suck it in with bolts. So we'll get some sealer on it. Yeah, we don't need that. Oh, we do. Yeah, I guess we do now.
Yeah, we need to plug it back up.
Plug it back up. That plug is only in there to change that pin. And of course, when you tear a motor down, that comes out. And I think this one was a new one from Comp Cams. And it was called, heck, I can't even read it. It's so teeny.
Fuel pump.
Chrysler Hemi with steel tip push rod. So cool. All right, now we need a little bit of shellac, I guess we call it. I know a lot of people use this. This is the Indian head. It smells so lovely. Did you want to put some on, and I'll hold that because I can't do it and hold the camera. Okay. Okay. And I guess we need a little on the motor too.
Yeah, put a little up here too.
Yeah, we don't want to have to take this back out. Which I'm sure people have said that, and they still got to take it out because something's not right or it's leaking. We hope not. Okay. Put that up.
And make sure it gets down on front of that.
Mm-hmm. And get a bolt started.
Get in there. Did it go? Is it going through?
Feels like it, yeah.
Okay. This is gonna be a little more difficult.
Okay, do you know what size that is?
No. Of course not.
Probably looks like 9/16. You need the short one now. Cool.
Well, I probably need the extension.
Of course.
It's on the ratchet. Was on the ratchet. What we do is
Okay. I gotta say, do you need the longer
extension.
Is it in there?
No, not right there. Oh, here it is.
Cool. Okay. On this side. All right, let's see what that gets torqued to with our handy little cheater book. Actually, it's not a cheater. Okay, oil pan, oil pump, water pump.
Fuel pump?
I'm looking. Heck, I don't see it. Flywheel, flex plate, oil pan, oil pump. Timing color, valley, water pump.
Alright, then we're just going snug.
Yeah, I don't see it. Unless I'm blind. Balancer, AC, head bolts, connecting rod, main bearings.
We're snug.
Alright.
Snug as a bug in a rug.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it says anything in here about oil pump or water pump. Fuel pump. Nope, I don't see it. Huh. Well, I guess that it's just, you torque it. Yeah, don't see it. Okay. All right, that's done. We got to do water pump next?
Sure.
Okay.
Torque bolt to manufacturer's recommended specs, which
Yeah.
don't know what they are because it didn't say in the manufacturer book.
Okay, there's that. I guess we can put on the water
This
pump.
can go in the trash because I can't get this top off.
Well, we can get it with a pair of pliers. How much is in there? Oh, that's pretty full. Yeah, it's just seized. I mean, this stuff is pretty good, so. Okay, there's your impellers. And this is an aluminum, which we'll put this on last. We'll get this on first.
No.
Okay, it was right the first time.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do that. Let's, I think they're in the kit over there. Let me
Oh, you don't want to put this on now?
Well, then we can torque it when it's on the motor. Okay, let me.
Yeah, we need gaskets for that.
Gaskets.
These, I'm assuming.
Yep, they look like it.
Two and two, right?
2 and 2.
Yep. One's rectangular. Why is one kind of...
There's that one.
Okay, goes on the bottom.
That's that side. Oh, that's that side too. Okay, I guess it'll go either side.
Yeah, but you got to get the square.
All right.
Diamond shape. It's on the bottom. It's on the bottom.
Not
Even this side.
Really? Okay. All right. And
On the bottom.
And that goes. It doesn't line up with this one.
Well, maybe this one goes over here.
No. If you flip it over, it lines up fine. Yeah. It lines up fine.
Yeah, but that doesn't line up with the holes on the bottom of this. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, square's on the top.
Duh. We're gonna fire Doug.
Okay.
We don't know top from bottom.
No, we don't.
Believe
We've been
me.
working upside down and backwards all
I know
morning.
we have. If that one's almost out, I'll get the pliers and get the other one open. You gonna put some on the motor first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just seeing
Yeah, it's
where
just
it
the
goes.
squared one goes on top.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Square on top. Okay.
That's good. Now we want to put it on this edge.
Yeah, put it around this too.
Okay.
It's easier on the metal.
It is. There's something on it. There we go. And I got the aluminum because they said it's lighter weight, which of course it is. I couldn't probably hold the original one with one hand. They are a beast.
And probably more high efficient.
Yeah, these are probably more efficient than the factory original. Oh, right there on the edge.
Yeah.
That outside. Cool. Oh, we need inside the top of this box is the bolts for a water pump.
Fuel pump, which we already got. Intake manifold. Water neck. Housing water pump.
How many are there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I guess there's 7 of them. I think it's always nice to, I mean, unless you've got all the original bolts and you bag them up and clean them up, and they really look good. To me, this was so much easier. I think I bought my engine and all that stuff was in pieces, so I had no idea if I even had all these nuts and bolts. So the kit wasn't that much. $105 for all the bolts, which I am happy that.
Hey, do we know which ones go where?
I guess we're gonna find out.
Let's get it.
Get it up there.
Put up here.
All right, we can probably. That looks like that's that one.
Okay.
Oh, that's not going on very well.
I probably should have reamed those out. That was a medium size?
Yeah, there's two more.
Well, those are two different sizes.
There's one and there's one. Oh yeah, it is a little different. Is that one stepped back a little? Well, this one's probably longer.
The same. This probably up here.
Oh. Okay. Then the real long ones. Oh, one real long one is up here. We don't even use it. That's not that one.
Where's the short one go?
Right here.
A bracket goes there. No.
Right there.
No, it's got.
No. That one is what I was talking about. Yeah. I'm not sure.
And then we got another real long one.
Is that one? Yeah.
Probably. No, that's not going to work there either.
No.
It's too long.
Yeah, that's definitely too long.
Mm-hmm. We don't need them all. We certainly don't need the short one.
Well, we need these two because it's
yeah, these are too long to, because the unthreaded part would be trying to go into that.
Yeah. Okay, this is the plug for the fuel pin that rides. I'm putting a little Teflon tape on it. Whoa. How many times have you had this get away from you? And it's a big Allen. We've got the Allen wrench for it.
Hopefully I can get it.
Come on, Doug, you can do it.
With the fuel pump back in place.
Yep. By the way, we torqued all these down. One of them was too long, and I had to use another hardened bolt to put it in there, but
yeah, they go.
The kit wasn't exactly correct. Yep, just wanted to put the Teflon tape on there so no oil will leak out of there.
Okay. That should do that.
Okay, we were going to tighten this down, but there's no thermostat, so I don't want to do that till I get a thermostat, which if I have one, I don't know where it is. So, not going to do that. As you can see, we have a mess here. All of our tools, all kinds of stuff. I maybe down in here, my thermostat. This was all my little goodie bag. So I'll look through and see. Okay, got my motor mounts on. There's a lock nut way down here in the bottom that you put on before to bolt the insulator, I guess the vibration rubber piece, to the actual motor mount. This side takes 3. This is a longer bolt because this is thicker than this, and 3 bolts there. The other side has a tube in it, which just takes a longer bolt. So we got that on, and then another thick bolt here, and a small one. Same thing, you can't really get to that nut on the back side, so you have to put that together first. So this is on now. I just stuck, I was getting ready to set the heads on here, and got the, of course, the head gasket, both sides. And here, there's my lift, not lifters, but my push rods, and the 2 that go here. One's there and one's there, or vice versa. I don't know which one goes where. I'm just leaving those there so I don't misplace them. So I'm going to get the heads, which they are over here on the cart. So I'll bring the cart over here, and I just went in my box, got all my bolts laid out. There's 17 bolts per side. So you can see I think there's 10 long ones, so that means there's going to be 5 on each side. Not sure where those are. It's been too long since I've messed with it. But I'll set these up, and we'll get the heads on there, and then we'll start figuring out the torque pattern, which I'll refer to the book here, the Big Block Mopar book, and I'll have that all set up, and we'll go from there. Okay, I went ahead and covered up the heads and the motor. I think I'm gonna stop working today. This is the pan, or intake pan. You can see that lines up with those holes. There's already bolts in there. These lay on the top of it. Hold it down. I'll have to put silicone under that and on this end as well. So I just laid that up there. That's where they go. And then once I get that tightened down, then you put your intake on, which I bought the Edelbrock 3 deuces, so it'll be a 6-pack. Looks really nice. I think it's pretty much the standard intake, like a normal 440 intake. It's just got the 6-pack on top, which that's what I'm making my car. So all right, back together. So I'll get that next time. And I'm not sure what, I got my exhaust manifold gaskets that I'll use. Not sure what I need out of here. They give you a lot of gaskets that, yeah, there's your standard exhaust. And then valve cover. I've got valve covers up on the shelf that I will paint. They'll be orange like the motor. But I haven't torqued any of these down yet. I'll do that next time as well. And I need a thermostat, put that in here. So still a lot of stuff to do. Got to find my brackets, I did get my front pulley. It's got 3 or 4 places for fan belts, so that'll be next. Till next time, bye bye. All right, today I'm going to get the intake manifold, get the gasket on here. I'm gonna clean this all off, any old silicone, both sides. I'm gonna put the, got my gaskets, there's 4 of them in there. One goes under, one goes over, both sides. And pretty much check this to make sure that got good alignment here. Get that on the hole, and you see it's gonna line up fine. I mean, I've had it on there. So my 2 bars, but first you must take the silicone and put a thin layer of silicone, it says, all on the mating surface, and then a bead across here, and then put your gasket. Then you put more silicone on the other side of it to go on the back side of this, and then another coat, and then the gasket again, and then another coat. So a lot of thin layers, at least that's what it says in here. 1 gasket per side, minimum dab of silicone to keep the gaskets in place. So you don't put a lot of gasket, I guess, silicone underneath. But just silicone, 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 and make sure all your surfaces, and if it hangs over, you can trim this, it says, with a knife. So I'll put it on time lapse and we'll see how it goes. I can take these off. These are just barely on there. So that's what we'll do. Okay. It says, since both has an intake, I've received a surface cleanup. 1 gasket per side, only minimal dab of silicone to keep the gaskets in place, which they're in place, not much silicone. Lay down the intake end and line up the bolt holes. You want the lines that mark the top of the, okay, I already did that. They do line up with that fine. Need to move the manifold slightly to match the lines. Quick remedies for intake manifold is you can add a second gasket. Okay, then mark the line from the cylinder head into the gasket to make it easier to see the line on the tops of the ports. And then verify the lines match up. Run a bead of silicone all around the mating surface. Install the valley pan and press it into place. Yep. And torque down the valley pan to 9 foot-pounds. And then don't skip this step. The valley pan is now held in place, but it needs to be sealed with silicone around the custom-made tabs. The silicone is tasked for creating the leak-free seal. Take your time. After the valley pan is in, after the silicone on the pan has dried, install the intake manifold. Spread the silicone in the gaskets. Okay, so I guess we put the valley pan next and torque it down. So valley pan. Alright. Of course, I'm making a mistake already. I'm not putting it through the... Alright, get down on there. Feeling I'm going to get silicone all over the place. There we go. Got that one going. This one should go. Okay. Another 3 for the other end. That went in real easy. That would do. So. I think we've got that. Bucket 7/16, which it is. This is very important, of course, to get this sealed, which I think squishing out a little bit there, I don't think that's going to matter. Like it said, don't worry about it squishing out. Now I can see my gasket's not perfectly lined up with that. Intake manifold bolts and straighten out the gasket. Yep. I'm going to put these in here and kind of let it set up. Won't move. Yeah, those all look good. This one looks like the gasket came down just a little bit. Pull that up. There we go. Good. That went down a little bit too. Alright. Seems like it was catching a little bit. Not liking it. I'll get the torque wrench out and make sure that we're at 9. I'm not forcing it hardly at all, but I want it to seat really good. So, into that. So, got two more gaskets to go on, and then it says you let it set up. That's what I read, which install the valley pan and press it in silicone on the B and RB engines, which this is RB. 3 fasteners hold down the plate, the front and the rear, which is those 3. They keep the valley pan in place. Tighten the fasteners to 9 foot-pounds as factory spec. And then don't skip this step. The valley pan is now held in place, but it needs to be sealed with silicone around the tabs. Silicone is up to the task of creating a leak-free seal. Take your time to seal all the edges of this pan, and it shows going around all the edges, which I guess that would be after you put this on there all the time. You want to make sure you silicone everything, and then after the silicone in the pan has dried, install the intake manifold. Spread silicone on the gaskets and use your finger to apply it to the surface, being careful to be neat as to not reduce the flow. And then lay down the manifold carefully and remember to match up your lines at the tops of the ports. Make sure all the bolt holes line up and press down the manifold for a good seal. Do not disrupt the 2 gaskets per side. And torque the bolts to 40 foot-pounds. So, what I want to do is I want to get my silicone around everything and then lay the gaskets down and get a coating on the top of them, and then I guess you let them dry. So let's see that. Down here. Actually, I probably don't need these. I don't think the pan's going anywhere. Okay. So, give this a little something to stick to. Spread it out with my finger here in a minute. Just want to make sure I put plenty in here. All these little tabs sticking up. And you can see down inside there, they need the intake on there, that's for sure. Okay, let's see what we have here now. Squish it all over the tabs. As a reminder of where everything is. Yeah, that's all pretty good in there. side. And I am putting a 6-barrel, I guess you call it 6-bat intake manifold. And I have carburetors. I'm waiting on the linkage. The linkage is I think in the mail to me. So that'll be the next thing after this. I get the intake, get the carburetors on there, try to set up all the linkage. I've heard that the linkage is a bear, or it's hard to get them all tuned, is what I've heard. People have even told me, well, you'll be taking those carburetors off of there and putting a 4-barrel because you'll get tired of it not running great because there's 3 carburetors. But I don't know. We'll see, I guess. I'm not going to be driving it every day. Alright, next one. Then it says you put it on the outside. And I'm not sure. That's what they're saying. But it says after the silicone on the pan, okay, it's dried. It's all the intake manifold. Put silicone in there, okay. I guess it's saying after the pan, probably on these ends is dried, which it hasn't, but I guess it's getting tack free. But I really don't want to wait a long time on this, so I'll probably just let this sit for a few minutes, dry up a little bit, and then put my coating on the outside, put the intake manifold on there. So, guess I can clean up, any of them that look like they're trying to go down into the ports. And then silicone it, drop it on there. So. Okay, this has pretty much had a chance to set up pretty good. So I am going to put my silicone around for the intake to go on here. And go from there. This is the next stage. Doesn't have to have a lot either, just like before. Alright, let's try to sit it down evenly as you can. Hopefully I have done that. Yeah, like that one started. I think this one will start. There we go. That one started. Good. I think it was going to start. Looks like it is. Okay, I've done 2 so far. What I found out is these were going down and they were getting about, oh, that far away, and they were already over 40 pounds. So I'm thinking these might, what said that's what these were for in the kit I bought, but we've got the Mopar, but I'm thinking that these are slightly too long to go with the Edelbrock 6-pack intake manifold. Maybe those aren't quite as deep as a regular intake manifold, so these are trying to go down too far, and they get down with maybe 1/4 of an inch or a little more, 3/8. It's bottoming out, and it's not tightening it up. So I've done these 2. I'm actually tapping these, or actually now I'm cleaning them up because it's probably got a lot of rust, crud down in there that I did all the other holes for the bolts and in the block, and I guess I was dumb. I did not do the intake, or not the intake, but for the intake bolts on the heads. So, and this is hard to get this to go. It's not going down that far, and it's tough. So I would imagine that's my problem. These are silicone coated. Said let it dry, so they could still be good. It says you can put 2 gaskets on them, or double up gaskets. So we'll see. I want it to be more sealed, and the pan's fine. It's all been sealed just fine, and it's dried. So I'm just hoping that's what it feels like. My gosh, I could twist that would break off, but I'm only going, oh, I don't know, not down a long way. I will show. Probably going, well, maybe a little more than that, but once I mean these, they go right in, no problem. but the ones that haven't been done, it's just like they want to start weird. And I mean, I've had these down in there now, but there, it's already tight. So, and it's all crunchy feeling. So that's what I'm doing. I'm reaming, I guess, is the holes that tap and die. So I guess I'm tapping these holes out. Once it gets started, it's usually fine. But, and maybe that's why the guy didn't do anything with these heads, is these bolt holes were needing to be tapped and he didn't have a tap set. I don't know.
What, the hardware wouldn't go in?
Yeah, it'd go down. I was just explaining. It'd go down about that far and they were going to bust off. They were already 40 pounds or more. Yeah.
Wow.
So they're either too long, what I was explaining, for maybe a regular intake manifold. Maybe they have a deeper, you know, to where it already starts there.
Yeah.
Because it's so thick.
Wow.
Now these will go in by hand, but you can't hardly screw those.
These don't look like. Oh, they have an M on them.
Yeah, they're part of the kit.
Okay.
These were part of it.
Yeah, they look kind of nice.
I know they are, but
they all have the Mopar on them.
Yeah. That doesn't mean they're good.
No, yeah, true.
Back. So I'm tapping these things out.
You put aluminum heads on this baby anyway.
I know.
Funny.
Well, it's terrible though. I mean, I couldn't even get them lined up. I had to keep lifting up and trying to pry. It's like, did not fit perfect, but it could be because the holes were terrible.
Crazy. Just years ago, probably.
Yeah, I think there's some rust in there. This one I stuck here, that seemed pretty clean. I mean, that's not one I use. And there's one here too.
You gotta do this one.
Yeah, all
That's what you do. Put it all on, and then you couldn't get.
Yeah, I mean, I started all the bolts. They had done fine, but to get down in there very deep, they were bottoming out. That's why I think, at the very least, these will have to be cut off.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Cut them all down.
Yeah. I keep thinking, snag on the thing that's going to bust off in there. So, yeah, I could not get it to let's tighten up. And they wanted to start off. There we go, yeah. Yeah, I don't know, you could probably run those down, but I'll bet you they won't.
This is too far off for that lip. Well, that's an inch or so.
Well,
It's got to be.
Put it in there and see how much of it sticks through.
Oh, about an inch. Probably.
Wow, that's I'm not going down in there that far.
Yeah.
And it's hard. So anyway, that's my story. I think I'm gonna quit for today. And oh, that still doesn't want to hardly start. There it goes. I think that it screwed up.
Seems like it's goes down.
A couple of them went in pretty far, but see, look, that has messed that thread up.
I see.
So I need to clean these up too.
That one ran down in there pretty good.
There we go. Yeah, it's right there. It needs to be cleaned. Yeah, you can see it's boogered up. Yep. But also, it is right up again. It's like it's shaving aluminum as it goes in the hole. One side is like this, and the other one's going down in there perfect. So
show that again.
one side goes.
Oh yeah.
It's like it doesn't like. It looked like it's almost like that instead of going in like this.
Yep, gotcha.
So I don't know if one side has to be maybe reamed out a little bit
Maybe.
deeper. I don't know. So anyway, I think
More tomorrow.
yeah, I'll do some more tomorrow. I'm gonna run all these bolts through the die. And boy, that one's, oh, that's because the screws or the bolts are bad.
What's that?
So, but yeah, all the other gaskets under here, it's all siliconed. All this, and it says you get the pan in there and let it set up. Put the other gasket on the top and let it dry, and then you put the intake.
Okay.
So it's not going to hurt it. It's not going to hurt these to put this back on there. It's all silicone.
I think.
And I'll put fresh on it.
I think
though.
I had to buy a whole new pan. I did something, and then I think we had to do the.
Oh, if you had to take this off, yeah, you're probably going to destroy that other gasket.
Yeah, I think.
But this one hasn't been squished down. You can see it's not even marked.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't get them down deep enough. I mean, look, that one's done.
I know, and it's not far enough.
Oh, it's not even it's like 2 or 3 threads.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, that one doesn't look like it's too bad. But I'm gonna run it all through the tap and die.
Alrighty.
Tap them before I die.
Tap them before you die.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, had to get another battery. As you can see, I got the 3 2-barrel carburetors mounted. They're not mounted, but I mean the bolts are loose. I'm just getting them all set up. I'm gonna get my linkage going. I know that's gonna be a whole setup on there, and I've also got these 440 linkage from Edelbrock. I'm not sure if that'll come with the kit that I ordered. Got all the bolts. Had to get a couple special bolts because the ones I had from a kit just wouldn't reach, wouldn't torque up. They were trying to strip out. I tapped these out a little bit bigger and put a bigger bolt. So there's a couple like that. And it's all torqued down, 40 foot-pounds. There's the other one over here. And these are all torqued. And I'm going to tape all this off and respray the orange with the heads as well. And the valve covers will get that done too, but I'll probably take these off, tape it all off, tape this off. I think I'm going to leave this aluminum. So I'll run tape along there, paint everything else orange, and then get the linkage, go from there. So get these painted, and then there's some grommets to put on here for the, I guess, positive crankcase, the PCV valves. And I think everything else is on here. Not sure if I'll use this pulley. It's just loose on here. Don't know if I'll need it, but we'll see. So, did buy this at the swap meet. This is the correct HP 440 cast standard exhaust manifold, and I got a standard set down there. It's for, I think, a little bit later model, like 71, 23 or whatever, and I could. They would fit on there, but I think I want to get the HP. I think this part is it comes up a little taller and might be a little wider. I'm not sure, but I do have the one correct side, and I'm just waiting to get hopefully the right side, and I'll get those on. I do have my bolts for those to bolt up, and of course these here all get painted, and I'll have to tape everything else off. I think this is loose, yeah, because this is where we hook on the engine run stand the oil pressure. So, but yeah, this should all be set up by now. Everything's nice, sealed, and these are all the bolts or nuts for the valve covers. I'm not used to the Dodge having the actual nuts instead of bolts. Yeah, I got this cocked on there to where it, there we go. That'll come off. But yeah, I'm not used to the having nuts on there, but that's okay. They're all there, good shape. So I got wire standoffs coming. I'm not sure where they bolt to. Looks like it's got quite a few things for the wires. Might just be these. I mean, these are not the greatest, but we'll see. So anyway, coming along. I'm a ways away from, of course, getting it on the engine run stand, but we're hopeful. So till next time, bye bye. Okay, I got a good coat on these. There's a little bit of this black showing through. I'll have to put probably a couple more coats on that to cover that up. I thought I sanded all that off. It's where it was written, 440. And all this has been taped off and painted. I'd already done the blocks, so all this matches now. The heads, I probably have enough on this. I'll clean this up here before I put the new gasket on. But I think, yeah, it's going to look fine. So that'll do the paint, valve covers, and the oil fill area. And then I've got two different grommets coming for the two sizes. Then I'm not sure, like I said, for the spark plug routing, looks like it's got a lot of stuff built in on these valve covers, so we'll see what I get. I bought it from Classic Industries, and we'll see what comes in the mail. So we're getting close. Get my linkage, and we'll see what kind of linkage I get. I may have to order this linkage set. I'm not sure. Looks like it's got everything. 6-pack. It's the installation kit. We'll see what Brian sends me, and we'll go from there. So that should do it.
All right, Pops is sick, but he still can't help but work.
I still got the creepies.
Yep. But he got some nice little, these are even cooler than mine.
These might have to go on the outside.
Ceramic. Well, I use that sleeve stuff like this. I put all of them in a sleeve. You could do something similar, but that's a big difference with these factory HP exhaust manifolds is you got access to all the spark plugs. Yeah. Compared to my buddies. Everything on that one is up out of the way. Alright, so he got the 45 degree. I have 90 degree Mallory ceramic spark plugs. And he got the 45s.
And they go in these clips, and there's an upright there that they all slide down into.
Yep, looks like it.
And then they come around here, and there's, and now I'm gonna put this oil pressure. It's gonna come off of there, but because that's just for the.
Oh, just for the run stand?
Yeah.
Yep, cool. Got him an Edelbrock buddy there.
Because that's what my intake is. Okay, those two they'll fit anywhere. Cut those off.
Yep, cool.
Okay. Should be two more that are medium. These two.
You think both of those are going to be? I don't know. You might need a medium one for number 8 over here. See how much extra you got. Oh, tons. Yeah, I would do the other 2 on that side.
Yeah.
Because you got an extra 1.5 feet or so.
Right.
I would stink.
Okay, these have a bracket down here.
You can use that factory dipstick.
Yeah, but this is in the way.
Go from behind it.
I know.
Don't have it looped around over that
I won't.
dipstick. Just pull it out. Oh, you got a little stand down there?
Yeah.
I don't think I put that one in. Or I don't remember you guys putting that one in.
That's your whole problem. Is this going to be long enough now?
I don't know, I don't like how it gets that close to there. Yeah, that's a little better. I like that. No better. Let me just snake through here.
Yeah, is that going to be enough though?
Yeah. Oh, it's down in there. Wiggle it. I'll grab it. Oh, I got it.
Oh, you didn't go under this.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay. Under the, oh, you went over this line.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to come out anyway when we're done.
Okay, is that all we got?
Yeah.
It's tight.
Or you can still grab some more. I'll still be able to give it more slack.
Okay.
Look at all that here. You can have some more.
I want some more. I want some more.
There you go. There you go.
Better. Yeah, you can get it on any of them now.
Okay.
I like it. Cool. All right, we'll splice all the ends on some.
Looping back over there.
No, I don't like that. It looks terrible.
But
Yeah, right like that.
I mean, I could do that one. I think both of these need to be off of that, and the 2 long ones be on it.
Depends on how you want to route
Because
it.
they're so long, they need a little more support.
Okay. Do what you like. Gonna be cool. Won't be long, we'll fire it. Maybe 5 minutes in video time. We'll see. Pop got his other HP exhaust manifold.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. But I can't get a socket down in there.
It's gotta be a long bolt.
No, it's not a long bolt.
Oh, it doesn't go over the top? It goes in?
It goes all the way in.
Oh. Special.
Yeah.
So you need a thin socket?
Yeah, it's like, boy, that is so fun.
I wouldn't trust it.
Nope. But the bolt, I mean, the bolts go in. It's fine.
Okay, let's see what size that is. We'll get you thinner because the Milwaukee's a little thicker.
Yeah.
There, maybe we can get you the right size.
Right.
And get that done. Cool.
I like it. Like it a lot. When I put the other exhaust on after I cleaned it, when I blew it out, this was when you buy one of these, make sure you blow it out, because if it's not new.
That's a guy you got it from Facebook Marketplace. Is that where you got it?
Yeah.
Did you?
Which is fine. Yeah, what I did today was I took this belt off because you can't run a power steering pump dry. You can burn it up. Yeah,
gotcha.
You got to have the fluid in it for lubrication and everything.
I never knew that.
I put my radiator on, put my hose on, put that hose on, pulled it all back. Then I found a belt that will just run this and the alternator.
Gotcha. Yep. So that's just probably the same belt I used on mine. Oh no, mine's still got that belt on it, doesn't
It
it?
should have it still on there.
Yeah, but that's not gonna be how I run that.
Right, I know.
I gotta figure out. I might get a front end kit or something in
I
Carlisle.
know it. So I did that, and then I took the back, put a jack under it, held it up, took the bell housing off, got my flywheel in here.
Okay.
Nice ring to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I put my starter on.
Yeah.
Then I put the wire, put my...
That's your ground wire?
No, that's the positive.
Oh, that's to the starter.
That's the hot.
Oh, yeah, it's
There's
melted.
a solenoid, and then it's
Melted
mounted.
from mine.
And then this comes up, so the motor's grounded.
Gotcha. Yes, looks good.
And what else did I do?
You got your coil.
That coil,
squared away?
coil bracket
I don't know
on.
if I saw that the other day.
And we still have to put the ends on all the plug wires.
Oh, yeah.
And I've got...
Where's your... Oh.
I've
you
got this.
The tool out, huh?
Yeah, I got the tool, put it down in there, and you can feel it turning the oil.
Did you watch it with a drill and see if it pumped up in all your...
No, there's no oil in it yet.
Oh, okay.
I just got my oil out, which this is going to be junk oil that break in and all that, and then I'll junk it.
Gotcha.
But before I put oil in it, I wanted to make sure I had oil filter on it, which I got to get an oil filter first.
Oh, you don't, I didn't even notice. So the one I said that you could have is not right for it, huh? Yeah, I see no oil filter.
Yeah, no oil filter. And your oil filter is, I think, a 51-51.5.
Yeah, I had a big Wix filter.
And this Wix filter is...
Did you try it? It won't...
It's huge.
Yeah, I thought it's humongous.
Yeah.
Did you try to screw it on yours?
No, I didn't try.
Well,
'Cause
put it on there. That's what it is. Just a extended capacity.
it's not made for that.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, it probably will, because, I mean, a Ford.
Yeah, it works. You're nuts. That was what I was going to put on my car after.
Well, that's fine. I got to put oil on it and everything.
You can put it on there if you want it.
Yeah, I will, but I gotta oil that up and oil this surface up
Yeah.
so it doesn't stick.
Yes, sir.
So, got that done. Oh, I had to take in...
This is all pre-running on the run stand.
of course, I was waiting on the bolts, which I finally got those ARP bolts to go in the flywheel.
Yeah,
We had them for a flex plate.
correct.
And one of them didn't want to go. Could not get it started. So I got your tap and die.
You had to tap it.
Found the right one. And kind of got each one of them cleaned out real good. And then it went on.
So what do you do? Take the bell housing off, put the flywheel, you
I
had to
put
tap the
blocks of
one.
wood in the jack.
I got you,
And
okay.
then jacked this up. Took this off. Took the 4 bolts out of here.
You didn't do any filming?
No, I went to film it and there wasn't any
This
camera.
was in there for
No camera out here.
Legoland.
Now which one of these do you crimp that? I don't remember which one you use.
I was using this little circle to crimp around the terminal first, and then I was doing that to crimp it closed around the wire.
Okay. Yeah, this was...
But it's up here crimps the actual connection to it.
Really?
So yeah, you gotta play with it. You'll see. There it is. Insulation and non-insulated terminal right there. You'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, we'll do it tomorrow. Me, you, and Doug.
okay, I know
Or I'll do them all.
that lays in there.
Come on, you've been crimping wire for your whole life. That's your whole
No, I
career.
know,
You
but
can't do a spark plug wire? What the hell's wrong with you?
I don't know that little wire. I thought it
Yeah, you're
just folded back.
You're dripping blood all over.
Oh, I must have just bumped it.
Can't take you anywhere.
Oh, I had a clean towel.
All right, let's go visit. Oh,
Yeah, it's just a poke. That I got in the house today.
what'd you do? Bump something? Had to.
Yeah, I thought I felt something we got a sharp edge somewhere. So.
I guess so.
So yeah, that's done. I got the oils hooked up, and this is the only thing that's
I don't have the throttle thing hooked up because
For this?
yeah, there's no hole for
Yeah,
that to go in.
you
We
showed me
have to
that on
drill
another
that,
video.
and I don't really care about drilling it
There's a
out.
little hole right here. Nope, that's the keeper thing.
Yeah,
Can you screw into this?
yeah, but it's how's it going to bring that back?
I don't know.
I don't think it will.
I don't know. I think that's probably pretty standard, but I don't
Yeah,
see
but
where
it
goes.
usually
Does
goes
it
in a
go-
hole.
It probably goes through this. Oh no, that's just a little ball keep.
I know it.
Well, we can just play with the throttle just
I
like
know,
this.
I
Take
know.
the spring off and just kind of, just nobody bump it and go wide open throttle or
It
something.
might. Gosh. Yeah, it might just stay right there.
I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
We can be careful enough to not bump something.
Yeah. I hope.
There's so many things to watch though that will take care of that, but well,
Right.
with mine, spark plug wires were on fire and things were leaking, and
Oh, yeah.
maybe we'll have learned a lesson or two that those things don't happen to your motor.
Right. So I think everything's about ready to go.
Okay, cool.
We got a new one of these ball things too, I think, somewhere. Because
Well,
that-
mine isn't gonna. If I have a new one of those, you can have it because mine's
I
hydraulic
know
clutch.
this was yours on your old one,
Yeah, that's my old housing, and
and
that's
this is
my worn out. Is that the Z-bar pivot?
I think so. Yeah, look at that. It's completely worn the ball off.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'll stick it back in there.
Yep. Okay, so we'll play around with spark plug wires tomorrow, and
Yep.
then I might start posting your whole 440 video, and then I'll do one that it's just running separate from all the rebuild stuff.
Yeah, like I said, I got that done. Pulled it back. Fans in there.
Yep.
The oil. Yeah, the oil pressure is hooked up.
So we'll
too.
put we'll use the drill tomorrow. We'll take valve cover off and spin that up and make sure you got oil coming up.
Oh, I'm sure. I
feeding
do.
both of your-
I don't really want to undo those. They're all seated down that cork.
Okay.
I'll just open one of these and look down in there. Yeah, you can see if there's oil coming up.
Okay.
That side too.
You know tricks that I don't know. You've been messing with these motors longer than I have.
I have it on top dead center. So when I put the distributor in, this one is not marked. There's no number 1 on it. So I guess wherever it hits, that's number 1. And I'd like for it to be like over here. So our number 8 is right next to it. I don't want number 8
So
to be...
how does that work? You just have to put your distributor in. Wherever
Yeah, you
it
get it
goes
in.
is number 1.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, when I've got play, and say here's where the...
Is that where you want
Whatever
one?
point
So
where-
8's spark plug is there.
So
Is
if
that
it's
what you want?
1, you've got this play to go either way to make it run the way you want. And so then that's your 1 and go around. If it was 180 out, then we'll take and move it over. This could be number 1 if it isn't running right, if it's backfiring.
Gotcha.
It's either right or it's wrong.
Okay.
So
I trust you. I'm no expert. I play with it until I get it running.
I know. Okay, I think that would do it
That it for your update today?
for the update.
Okay,
This
cool.
is for the Daytona.
Yeah, gonna be cool. Beast.
Yep. Cool.
Awesome.
It's out of the way.
Yeah, it doesn't let it go. Okay. All right, we got
Okay, he Tefloned all his connections,
Fuel
so
lines.
hopefully no
All the
more
fuel- every one of 'em.
leaks.
we got fuel going into it, which might take a second, but I sprayed it.
Smells like ether.
Yeah, and we ran the power to the coil because I kept having to undo the battery to stop it. It's
Also, when you switch that on,
the kill
it
switch.
turns the power onto the coil.
Yep.
But you turn that off, it cuts
kills
power to coil. That's a good idea. I like that.
Okay. Let's
I
try
got
it.
So it's gonna fire right up.
It should.
Whoa!
Telling you it does.
I like it.
Run good. Got to get gas up to it.
Wow, that was.
We just need to get some gas.
Is there gas in the?
I might like your muffler sound better than mine.
Okay.
What are these? Oh, they're pipes.
Getting some gas up there.
Oh, is it in the bowl now?
Yep.
You've got gas in that. Isn't that a gas spray bottle?
Yeah, we'll do that instead of the ether.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
And while you're there, pop the door.
Yeah, it's starting to smell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Smell like ether. Oh, let's not aim it at his truck.
Unless I turn these down too much. The jets on the side here. That's the only thing I know. Where's the Phillips?
Looks like you can get to them. Are these the adjusters for it? Boom, boom, boom.
No, that's they're
right
way
here?
down here. Yeah, they're way down low. So open.
Oh, in here, right there. Okay.
See how far they are in, and open those up just a little bit more.
This, right?
Yes. See how far it is in.
About a half a turn.
Okay, open it up a full turn. Okay.
Oh, I see the little needle guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at the right thing over there. How do these guys adjust?
I don't know.
They're in the front. Okay, one's in half. They're in the front up here. There's two of them.
Oh, I see
But
those
I think
little guys.
this one is in front too. You'd have to pull it off because
Yeah.
it's not back there.
Gotcha.
All right, let's try this again.
Can you do the throttle and see if it's got fuel up there yet?
Yeah, we can. I didn't really see it.
No? Okay.
Down too much, didn't it?
I think it was
You need
choked.
to set the idle up. Because we took that all the way off.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a monster.
It sounded
That's
good.
louder than mine.
It's different.
You had a clamp fly off.
Yeah, it was on here.
Oh, is that all it
yeah,
was?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Why'd it do that?
Something's. It's like it's choked to start, and then. over 230 now.
Yeah, and our,
Yeah, it hasn't even opened.
Never
yet.
opened.
oh, it's getting warm now.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, there, now it goes.
Yeah.
All
You
right,
want to turn it back on?
let's see if it'll fire up again. Nope.
It's still on.
Yeah, we'll let it cool off now.
Well, it ran.
Yeah,
It ran great.
10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes.
Cool. All right, we gotta let the smoke clear. The whole shop is full of smoke. It's amazing. So we'll just let her cool, or get all the smoke out, and let all this humid air from Florida come in. Boy, it's really blowing the smoke out. So yeah, she runs good. I didn't like that it wasn't, boy, it's hot now.
Yeah, it's getting
Thermostat
hot now.
took a long time to open, and it was at 230, so might need to revisit that and see what's
Why it took so long?
yeah, why it took so long. What the heck's going on? We didn't get the timing light on it because we couldn't find it. I mean, we've got the old timing light down there, but we've got one that sells a lot more than just timing. It's a modern one, which we'll find that. We'll refire it back up later on. So that'll be it for this video. Hopefully it'll be another one right after. Bye bye.